In the last video, we created the contact form and embedded it on the contact page using a shortcode. In this video, we'll create a form for one-to-one clarity session and then insert it into several places on our website. The first place is obviously the one-to-one clarity session page. We want our form to look like this with 4 fields, a reCAPTCHA, and a button. So let's head over to WP Admin and go to the Fluent Forms section. Well, you can create a new form from scratch, or a better way is to duplicate the contact form that we already have. Let's click on duplicate to create a new form with the same fields and settings as the contact form. I'll rename the form and call it one-to-one clarity session. I don't need a message field in this form, so let's delete it. Save the form and come to its settings page. I'll select a different thank you page for this form, which we already created in the last video. And also have a different CSS class, which we can use in CSS to apply styles to this form. Let's quickly customize the notification email as well. I'll modify the subject and the email body. The shortcodes will remain the same because we have not changed the name attributes. These are the same as we had in the contact form. All we need to do is delete this line because we do not have a message field in this form. Everything else will remain the same. Let's save the notification and copy the form's shortcode. I'll now head over to the one-to-one clarity session page and edit it with Elementor. Delete this widget because it is no longer required. Add a shortcode widget and paste the shortcode for the form that we just copied. Hit update and reload the page on the front end. There you have it. The form has been embedded and it looks great because of all the styling we added for Fluent Forms fields in the last video. Those styles are applying their magic to this form as well. We also need to embed this form in the sidebar that we have on several pages. If you remember, we created a template for this section of the sidebar. So let's open that template and edit it with Elementor. Delete this widget. Add a shortcode widget and paste the form's shortcode. Hit update and reload the page on the front end. The form has been embedded, but it does not look great in the sidebar. It contains 2 columns, which kind of looks crowded in the sidebar. What we want is a form layout like this in the sidebar. In order to do that, we need to add a bit of CSS. But let's first see how this form looks like on various screen sizes. I'll open Chrome DevTools and switch to responsive mode. If you play around with the width of the viewport, you'll see that the form looks great on all screen widths except when the width of the viewport is greater than 1024 pixels. On 1024 pixels wide screen, it looks great. but the moment the width becomes 1025 pixels, our form loses its shape. Let's open our style.css file and paste this style at the bottom. We are making use of a media query to target all devices with a browser width more than 1024 pixels. So when the minimum width is 1025 pixels, we want to apply this style to the form. Upload this file using FileZilla. Clear the cache and reload the page. Well, nothing changed. That's because we've not applied this CSS class to the forms container. Let's copy this from here. Open the template and paste it into the CSS classes field for this shortcode widget. Hit update and reload the page. There you go. Our form now looks the way we wanted it to, and the sidebar is now complete. The last place where this form needs to be embedded is the home page. Let's edit it with Elementor. It is taking some time to load. Let me hit reload again. Scroll down. Delete this widget and add a shortcode widget. I'll quickly grab the form's shortcode and paste it here. Hit update and reload the front end. So we have embedded the forms in all the places and our pages are now complete. Let me quickly go through all the pages to see if any place was left out accidentally. Everything looks good and we are ready to move on to the next video.